So, welcome to Gen in 10. This is the little sister podcast of Too Young for This, Too Old for That. And it's where intergenerational conversations can happen in a quick 10 minutes. I'm Angie, I'm 53.
And I'm Annie, I'm a 23-year-old actor.
And today I've got a bone to pick with you, Annie, and the whole of Generation Z, because I think you guys are taking all our cool stuff from the 80s and 90s and trying to make it your own. Shame on you.
Well, basically, the reason this episode's come about is because we were talking about, what movie was it? Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And I was like, oh yeah, I love that movie. And Angie was like, you're taking our generation's films. So we thought we'd touch on a little bit about film, music, fashion and pop culture and how we've latched onto it. So, Angie, I'm going to shoot you some films and you're going to tell that my generation love and you're going to tell me if I've stolen them or not. Okay. Notting Hill.
You can have that one.
I can have it? Great, because that's everyone's favourite.
Really?
Pretty
Okay.
Woman. Yeah, Notting Hill's huge. It's the whole Hugh Grant thing. Pretty Women.
That's our film. We all wanted to be Julia Roberts.
Everyone's like, it's all over TikTok, things like that. 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Again, well, from my point of view, yeah, I think that's a everyone movie.
Yeah.
Everyone in the whole world can have that at any age.
Okay, why do you think Gen Z gravitate towards these like 90s rom-com, the simplicity, the warmth and the strong characters? Why do you think that's changed? Why are you not watching like all the naff like kissing booth movies that have just come out on Netflix? Why do we gravitate towards you, like your generations?
Well, because we were better, obviously, and everything was cooler. And because, well, I find it really a bit odd because despite the fact that everyone's a content creator, none of your generation aren't making great movies like the ones that my generation made, right?
And there's loads of content going out.
Yes.
I agree.
So why
I
is so
agree.
much of the content so meh that, is really, really disposable? Because, yes, I love those sort of popcorny holiday romance movies, if we're talking that sort of genre. But I can tell you I've watched most of them over Christmas and I can't tell you the name of any of them or the characters in any of them either.
It's like quantity rather than quality.
Yes. And just sort of surface level. Whereas the other one
Yeah.
that I saw that someone was telling me, my 3, well, no, I can't make it that. There are a few films that I really love. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off, obviously. Breakfast Club. Oh my goodness. Judd Nelson, my favourite ever. What a heartthrob. You can tell I do have a type and it was Judd Nelson. And then the other favourite movie from that era is Lost Boys, and that is my favourite.
I don't know it.
What?
No, I don't know it.
Okay, you need to go and watch Lost Boys. It's vampire 80s. And,
oh my gosh, Angie.
Yeah. And
Rah.
the most amazing. And Kiefer Sutherland as a sexy vampire for my formative years, right? But how do all my children know about all these films? And how do you know about all of these films?
So my hot take is I saw a video that Lena Norms did on YouTube the other day. She's a YouTuber. And it was called it was talking about why 2026 is like the year of the analog and everyone's buying digi cameras and everyone's wanting to be nostalgic and everyone's moving away from like social media, but yet you still got to be on social media and they're all going back to this nostalgia. So like music, for example, like the freaking Oasis tour that took over every single man in the world. Like, you weren't even alive when Oasis was big.
But everybody knows the words to Oasis. I think Oasis is one we've got to, Gen X got to sort of let go of. Because we've played it to all our kids, right? It's like the Beatles. It's how my parents thought about the Beatles.
Oh.
That it was
but like Angie, every single boy I've ever dated has played Wonderwall on the guitar to me. Every single boy. I can't do it anymore. So you should feel shamed for that.
It's such a cliche. Shame on them. But I bet you probably also know all the words to the Duran Duran songs.
Oh yeah. It was, do you want to know a funny fact?
Let's go.
My uncle, well, technically he's my cousin Michael, but I kind of just call him my uncle. Anyway, his Lambda drama partner at school was the lead singer of Duran Duran.
Simon Le Bon.
Yeah. Pretty cool, right?
Are they still in, are they still in touch?
I don't know. I don't know. But like, even like Martin Kemp's son, Roman Kemp, is now like a thing. And I feel like that's like pure 80s, you know?
That's just nepotism. These Nepo babies.
Oh my
Get
God,
rid.
we need to do an episode on Nepo babies.
Go. Is it Nepo? Yeah,
I think
Nepo.
so. Is it? I don't know. Maybe one of us is saying it right and one of us is saying it
Go
wrong, and I
get your
don't
own
know.
jobs. Go get your own jobs.
But also like vinyls. Fleetwood Mac was a viral, like that whole like that whole Instagram song where it's like time casts a spell on you, but you won't forget. You know what I mean?
I don't know. No, that
What?
doesn't pop up on my
Well,
feed.
but all my generation were doing in like a TikTok trend to Fleetwood Mac.
No, I didn't see that. I don't have TikTok. And also,
Yeah, but
what do you mean about vinyls? What is that word? What do you mean?
everyone's buying vinyls now. Like I was at housewarming and someone was legitimately
Vinyl.
like,
Everyone's buying
vinyl.
vinyl, surely.
Yeah, and they're like
Not
playing vinyls
vinyl.
now rather than like
Not
Spotify.
vinyls.
What's it
Vinyl.
called?
Vinyl. You
What's a
buy
vinyl?
vinyl.
Yeah.
But you say vinyls.
Is that a word I'm saying wrong? Sometimes I
I
say
don't
words and
know.
but like,
Anyway,
those players, with the big
a record player.
a record player. Everyone buys records now and like plays that because they think it's cooler than playing like your speaker on a Spotify.
Yeah, because the sound is deeper, man. That's what I keep seeing. Yeah, everyone's buying
Yeah.
vinyls. Oh, well,
Do
all right. Knock
you?
yourself out. I've got a record player upstairs. I've got
Yeah.
boxes of vinyls. Yeah, I mean, does that make me cool?
Yes, it does make you cool.
Ah,
But what I want to know is why is music, films, fashion, pop, like even with fashion, baggy jeans, scrunchies, chunky trainers, like I'm slip dresses. I'm literally wearing a slip skirt now, arguably very 90s. Like, why is that Adidas's and Levi's? Why is this all coming back round?
well, maybe because it's really was a long time ago. And
Yeah, but
all trends come round. And maybe because it was just really it's interesting when we've done our longer episodes, you've mentioned 2 or 3 times that the 90s were really cool, right?
yeah.
You weren't even born in the 90s. So where do you get that from? Where do you get that from?
I think my hot take on it, on a deeper level, as to why everyone's being nostalgic and going back, is because I think my generation is actually like slightly scared of social media, slightly overwhelmed by it all, and we all do enjoy it, and we're kind of arguably addicted to it. But I think actually we all crave like a world where it was just simpler. And, even people talk about it in regards to dating. Like, do we have too many options? Is it harder to meet someone actually having all these apps? Like, in total, this whole like 2026 being the year of the analog and people wanting digi cameras so they don't have to take photos on their phone when they travel Australia and all that. I think that's people are craving to go back. My generation are romanticizing going back to something which we view as simpler and can make it easier to connect with. I
So it's
honestly
just a
think that's
kind
yeah.
of so it's just a kinder version of, people who want to vote reform because they want to get back to, an England that they remember from their childhood.
I think it's hopefully a much less problematic version. But for example, like when you were a teenager or in your 20s, you weren't, oh my God, I really want to go back to the 50s.
No, no, absolutely
Exactly.
not. I loved every minute of being in the 80s and 90s.
Well,
And,
exactly.
I think the best music was from then, and I absolutely really, really, really enjoyed it. At the same time, I can see the cultural nods to things that came before, right? And you appreciate that, things came along. But yeah, I think it's really interesting, and it's, I notice it when we're in the car sometimes when I'm taking, Buddy to school, and we listen to History, right?
Yes.
And there'll be all these banging house tunes from, the 90s, when
Yeah.
I was out partying, and he'll know all the words, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there'll be a remix of a really great song, and he'll know it, and I'm like, "Where'd you get that from? Why are you" and, there's that little thing of, "I saw it first."
Yes. And that's fair. That is fair. So, uh, thank you. Any other thoughts, Andrew, before we wrap up?
Yes, I want to know. Okay, so Annie,
Yeah.
going to put you on the spot. Your favourite 80s or 90s song?
Dire Straits' Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, oh God, favourite 80s or 90s movie?
Notting Hill. I mentioned it earlier. It's true. And
Uh,
Parent Trap. And Parent Trap.
Parent Trap. Okay.
Natasha Richardson.
Favourite 80s or 90s superstar? Whose poster would you put on the wall?
Hugh Grant or 90s Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio.
You really
Like,
do have a type.
I
You really do have
do.
a type. Okay, Leonardo. And favourite 90s fashion trend or retro fashion trend that you are loving?
Anything Princess Diana. It's no, that's 80s, but like anything like with the cycling shorts, oversized jumper, the knits, the blazers, anything Sloane Ranger chic, as I say, wearing leopard print, lol. Angie, super quickly, back at you. Favorite film from your era that we're stealing from?
Breakfast Club or The Lost Boys?
Favorite song? Be a tricky
Anything
one for you.
anything by Depeche Mode,
I knew
obviously.
the answer. Loyal listeners will know. And favorite fashion trend?
Oh, stilettos with really tight jeans.
Yeah.
Ones that were so tight that you had to they had a zip in the calf because you wouldn't be able to get your foot in otherwise. So it's really, really, really slim jeans and stilettos. We used to go to
I
school
think that's hot.
and a big baggy jumper.
Oh, I think that's so cool. I would wear that. I think that's sick. Okay. And favorite 90s or 80s crush?
Prince.
Yeah, you love Prince. Purple Rain is also trending now because of Stranger Things. That's the last thing we'll touch on. Stranger Things, bringing back all the nostalgia. You see?
Yeah, I know. Get your own stuff, Gen Z.
I think there's something deeper in it. Right. Thanks so much for listening to our little baby episode, our Gen in 10. Now, we want to hear from you. What's your favorite 80s, 90s trends? What do you think the Gen Zers are stealing? Thanks so much, guys. And let us know, answer those questions. Favorite song, favorite film, and favorite crush, and favorite clothes. Bye.
Bye.